Welcome again, Mail Plussers. Thank you for tuning in to receive your daily lunchtime trivia served to you directly through the medium of the worldwide interweb. I'm Beric Livingstone and I'll be your quiz conductor for this afternoon's session, so sit back, relax and allow me to help you navigate your way to a possible win, where you'll get a split of that mouth-watering £1,000. But first, let's remind ourselves of the rules. I'll be asking you 10 multiple-choice questions from categories we know you'll be fond of, hopefully testing a wide range of that knowledge you've been holding on to for all these years. With 10 seconds whizzing by, you'll need to come to a decision pronto, because if you get the answer in time and get all 10 questions correct, a well-deserved share of the cash pot will be yours. If you end up making a mistake, you'll have to wait until next time to try again for the money, but you're welcome to carry on playing and see how far you could have got for the the sake of intrigue. And also, please be aware of those touch screens. Accidentally tapping the wrong answer is a frustrating mistake to make, and once you've selected an answer, you can't change it. So keep those keen fingers under control. If you haven't done it already, maybe set a daily reminder for 12:15 like some of our regular players do. Remember, we play every Monday to Friday, and you wouldn't want to miss the game that you'd have known all the answers to. So, here we go. Let's get stuck into what you've all been waiting for with question 1. Which country's tourist attractions include the Great Wall and the Terracotta Warriors? India, China, or Russia? Even though it's the longest man-made structure on Earth at around 13,000 miles long, the fact that the wall can be seen from space, well, it's actually a myth. The structure is too narrow to be visible. That is, assuming the astronauts who tested the theory were looking at the correct country, that being China. It's also home to the honorary 8th wonder of the world, the 8,000 Terracotta Warriors that were discovered in 1974 by farmers digging a water well. Well done, 5,418 of you getting that one right. Question 2. In the settlement hierarchy, which of these would generally have the lowest population? Conurbation, metropolis, or megalopolis? An ecumenopolis is the hypothetical idea of a planet-wide city, where all of the world's cities would link to form one, which in theory would mean one containing a population of over 3 billion people and one very busy tube system. The answer you're looking for here is metropolis, which is defined as a large city and its suburbs. Conurbation is a group of metropolises, and a megalopolis, the largest in population of the three, is a group of conurbations. Phew, now that did throw quite a few of you, a little under a quarter getting that one right. That is quite an exciting turnout this early in the game. 1,116 of you knowing the answer there. Well done. We'll move on to question 3. Emmys recognise excellence in which medium? Television, radio, or film? You might recognise the Emmy statuette, which depicts a winged woman holding a giant atom. The wings represent the muse of art, and the atom represents the uplifting of science used in the innovative filmmaking. The Emmys are the Oscars of the TV world, and although it's an American award ceremony, some recent British shows to claim a few of those statuettes include Fleabag and the Black Mirror series. So well done to the 1,005 users who got those 3 right, not even breaking a sweat. Let's march heartily into question number 4. Which of these is not one of the 5 inhabited islands that make up the Isles of Scilly? St Mary's, Tresco, or Arran? The Isles of Scilly are a chain of islands also known as the Archipelago, and they're technically classed as part of Cornwall. They've had a dangerous reputation amongst sailors in the past, though, shown by the remains of about 530 wrecks still in the water surrounding them. Now, the Isle of Arran isn't one of the Scilly Isles. It's to be found further north off the Scottish mainland. Described as Scotland in miniature, it offers a highland and a lowland and is home to Lochranza Castle, which was immortalised in the Tintin comics. 702 of you knowing the answer there. Question 5. What is it to flog a dead horse? Be overly harsh, pursue a hopeless cause, or get something very wrong? Now, according to the Oxford English Dictionary, the first recorded use of the expression in its modern sense was by the English politician and orator John Bright, in reference to the Reform Act of 1867, which called for more democratic representation in Parliament. He was, however, pursuing a hopeless cause, as he attempted to rouse Parliament from its apathy on the issue. He meant, of course, that there's no point whipping a horse to make it go faster if the horse is already dead. Now, if you know your idioms and phrases, watch out in future games, as we may just have a few more of these soon. Well, Alan 14, BJD, Joshua 1, Anne 1, and Kirsty. We got Kirsty 1 and Phil 15. Kirsty and Phil on today's show. Well done. You've managed to get the entire first half correct, so let's strike while the iron's hot and move on to the second half. Question 6. Which of these words is not spelt alphabetically? Begins, deploy, or chintz? I'll give you a moment for this one. These are so much harder to figure out with the pressure of a ticking clock, aren't they? but the answer you're looking for is deploy. The longest word in the English dictionary to be spelt alphabetically is 8 letters, and the title goes to a grass genus native to North America called the Aegilops. It's not a word you use every day, but perhaps familiar to the green-fingered amongst you. 284 of you, still in the game. Question 7. The name of the fabled Yeti comes from a word little man-like animal in which language? Hindi, Tibetan, or Chinese? The Yeti, also known as the Abominable Snowman, has had many sightings over the years, and one person who believes it to be possible is none other than nature-loving national treasure Sir David Attenborough, who said that the huge molar teeth that looked like they might have belonged to a 12-foot-tall ape were found in the 1930s, and that the vast rhododendron forests native to the Himalayan region could be the perfect hiding place for it. The word Yeti is Tibetan, and it's not the only word they use to describe this fabled beast. Mishi, which means man-bear, and Migoi, which translates as wild man, are also used to describe the sightings. 241 of you in the game with the 3 questions to go. Question 8. How many Earths could fit inside the Sun? 10,000, 100,000, or 1,000,000? Now, since Pluto was reclassified as a dwarf planet, Mercury now claims the title as the smallest in the solar system, followed by Mars, Venus, and then Earth. And the Earth is so small in comparison to the Sun that it could fit into it 1,000,000 times. Although that won't always be the case. Once the Sun has completed its red giant phase, it'll collapse and its volume will reduce to around the same size as Earth's. But not for another 5 billion years or so. 8 questions, neatly defeated. Congratulations to Bellatrix, to Canav, to Larkex, to Thomas22, and all of you who are joining us as we enter the penultimate question. Let's see what we have behind the door for question 9. Who narrowly lost out to Uma Thurman for the role of Mia in Pulp Fiction? Jennifer Aniston, Cameron Diaz, or Sandra Bullock? A few other iconic roles that could have been totally different were Gwyneth Paltrow for Rose in Titanic, John Travolta as Forrest Gump, and Hugh Jackman as Bond. Apparently he was offered the role before it went to Daniel Craig. Now, it was Jennifer Aniston who narrowly missed out on being in Pulp Fiction. With the massive success of Friends, she was offered a lot of roles that she turned down, including Rose in Titanic and Renée Zellweger's part in Chicago. Now, that's something I'd have liked to have seen during lockdown. Stars acting out roles they turned down originally. Well, we have 128 players remaining, with 1 question to go. It's crunch time for those left in the game. Good luck. Here we go. Question 10. Which female physicist was nominated for a Nobel Prize the most times without success? Katherine Johnson, Lise Meitner, or Marie Curie? 53 women have so far been awarded a Nobel Prize, including Mother Teresa in 1979 and 17-year-old Malala Yousafzai in 2014 for advocating the right to education for girls, making her the youngest winner ever. It was Lise Meitner that was nominated an astonishing 19 times for a Nobel Prize in Chemistry and 29 times for the Nobel Prize in Physics, but she didn't win once, despite her acclaim in both fields. She is best known for being part of the team that discovered uranium fission, which later led to the atomic bomb. Well, that was an explosive end to the quiz, because from 118 or so, we have gone down and just 45 of you have managed to make it through to the end. Well then, 45 winners today, quizzing your way to success, one brilliant answer at a time. Congratulations to Cavnab, to Larkex, to Mohammed15, to Lisa20, and all of our winners today. Your knack for retaining knowledge has served you well. Remember, there will be games every day for the rest of the week, so please get stuck in again, tell your friends, and see how many of the next 10 you can knock out of the park. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, but until then, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Goodbye for now.